Welcome to the fourth part of this section on teaching using humor. In this part, we are going to learn how to use wordplay as a learning tool. Here's a powerful idea. Language can be confusing, and that confusion can be funny. But more importantly, it can be educational. Wordplay uses ambiguity, multiple meanings, and structure to create humor. In a language classroom, this is extremely valuable. Why? Because understanding wordplay requires careful attention, deep processing, and flexible thinking. Students cannot rely on memorization. They must analyze. Picture this example. Kids make excellent snacks. Ask your students, what does this mean? Some might say, kids prepare snacks. Others can understand it differently. Kids are snacks. This will at least crack a smile or two, but then they will realize that sentence structure matters. This is a teaching opportunity. You can guide students to notice the word order, relationships between nouns and verbs, and meaning ambiguity. This transforms a joke into a grammar lesson. Another example. You can write on the board. Time flies like an arrow. Fruit flies like a banana. Students must process. Flies as the action of moving extremely fast, and flies as the action of moving through the air. Or it might even be referring to the fruit fly, also called banana fly. This forces a shift in interpretation. This type of processing strengthens comprehension, improves flexibility, and builds awareness of language patterns. One more example. Write on the board the word bank. Then ask your students what it means. Some might speak about a financial institution, and some may refer to a riverbank. Now you can put them together in a joke. I went to the bank and saw a fish. There are several ways you can integrate wordplay into your lessons. Let's see some of them. You can use ambiguous sentences, where students must interpret multiple meanings. I saw the man with the telescope can be an example of this. Did you use a telescope to see the man? Or did the man you saw have a telescope? You can make it an exercise where students need to rewrite it in order for its meaning, the one they choose, to be clearer. Then there are double meaning jokes, or puns, which rely on homophones or homonyms. An example would look like this. I used to be a banker, but I lost interest. Students would need to explain that it's funny because the word interest could refer to the financial profit a bank transaction can offer, or motivation to do the job. You can have your students create their own wordplay in a fun and engaging exercise. Give them a couple of models to guide them. Give them some words to base their sentences, like light, bat, write, or watch, and then let creativity flow. Later, you can have them share their jokes to create a bigger impact. When students process wordplay, they engage in semantic analysis and syntactic parsing. They evaluate the context, and this is high-level language processing. It leads to stronger retention. Now, wordplay must match the student's level. If it is too complex, your students will feel lost, and then humor disappears. Learning stops. Start simple, and then build gradually. If students are not familiar with this kinds of jokes in their language, demonstrate how to think through one. For example, at first, I thought this meant X, but then I realized it could mean Y. This shows students the process. Teachers sometimes present the joke and explain it immediately. This removes the thinking process. Instead, you should pause and let students struggle slightly. That struggle is where learning happens. Wordplay is not just entertainment. It is a tool for deep thinking, language awareness,